Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is a request from Wade, who wanted the new Gundam in the Gundam Ground Type S colors from Gundam Thunderbolt, and also I believe known as the Moore Brotherhood colors. So I may have that wrong, but that's what the brain said, so I'll try it and see what happens. But it's kind of interesting just because that is a very kind of subtle difference, I feel like, from the standard new Gundam. It's a dark kind of aqua blue, and a more lemony yellow than the new Gundam tends to have, and also the body color itself is it's got a little bit of that Jim Green thing going on. So it just that's what we've got here, and it just, like I said, in practice, it wound up being very subtle. I might have leaned into the teal blue on the chest and the legs a little bit more, I think, but it doesn't look bad. It's a little bit not as prominent as I might have hoped. But I hope you're okay with it, Wade. If not, we'll see what we can do. I can try punching up the colors and going again, but. New Gundam is still, of course, a 4-star 700 suit. It has quite a few tricks, as they tend to do. Has the fin funnels, which can be locked on and launched while boosting. It should have 2 beam sabers actually, but it only has the one. Does have the defensive configuration for the fin funnels, the eye field pyramid, which protects you from beam weapons for a moment, which I think I actually managed to make use of a couple of times in this. I know I've deployed it at least once, but I don't remember how much good it actually did. But it's not something I'm regularly able to have a good use for, so it always feels good to actually get something done with it. Got a couple of shots in there. Of course, it also has shield missiles, which can stun if you land, I think, either 3 or 4 out of 4, somewhere in there. But so it's got a pretty good beam rifle, which does either burst fire or charged single stun shot, which at this point I've gotten better with. Again, just the fact that you can get some light damage in where light damage will be enough to get the kill can be very useful. That is, I believe, a Unicorn Gundam of ours fighting a Phoenix of theirs here. I am really lucky throughout this round. For one thing, I forgot how much of a reach that beam saber has, because it really does. But I'm kind of lucky throughout this round. Oh yeah, there's a Jesta Type B over here, or Shazar Type B, that I actually used the beam shield against at least once. Unfortunately, that thing can fire really fast, and it had allies protecting it, so I was not able to get close enough to do anything worthwhile to it. I think that's not the last time I tried to approach it, which, again, foolish, because it's a support. I'm a general. I really shouldn't. But that's just, you can see it on the overhead map firing from that building by their base. That gun has a lot of range. I've gotten that mobile suit. I've been trying to get around with it. Haven't gotten anything I'm quite happy with yet, but I really do like using that gun. In case I haven't mentioned before, the trick to that gun is it has two modes. It has the sustained damage beam barf mode, or when you're scoped in, is basically a super rapid fire version of the Gun Cannon 2 shoulder cannon. Doesn't do as much damage, but it fires quickly, it pierces, and 2 or 3 shots will stun. So that's a really good gun, and just because of that, I had a round shortly after this where I had the same situation I'm on the bad end of here, where there were things that kept trying to approach me and get me off a building, and I was able to keep them at bay with just ease. It was not difficult at all. Other things were just, rather than trying to charge up on me, were just taking pot shots from a distance, and that worked out a lot better for them. But it is it is really quite good, and I hope to get a video with it at some point. Right now, though, still, still new Gundaming, and that is also still good. It got a slight buff recently, as I recall. I believe the buff was rapid fire, increased the rapid fire speed of the beam rifle, among other things. And it does help. Just the fact that you can get those shots in a little bit quicker, always useful. And that Fenix is not paying attention to me, so it's going to have some funnels. Yeah, I was with all the unicorn types wandering around. I was really lucky in this round that I did not get Psychomu jacked even once, because New Gundam is still certainly usable with without the fin funnels active for a little bit, but it's not ideal, obviously. Let's see, I think it's the Moon Gundam that just got a new, Psycho Frame type ability that, when active, reduces its susceptibility to Psychomu jack. I think it actually cancels Psychomu jack when it becomes active, if I remember. So, yeah. Number 1 tried to get in on the Jesta, was not able to. I'm pushing towards it, and I'm surrounded, so this was kind of dumb. But yeah, I'm calling for help. I've got people coming up behind me to help. That's good. And I've got enemies trying to keep me off that thing. I am going to die, because all it has to do is kind of breathe on me. Again, I actually made a couple of, good uses of the eye field there, and that's probably the most I've ever gotten out of it. And I just feel dumb about that, because I watched it. I watched it pull out the saber. I should have tackled. I was able to tackle, but I thought I could shoot it before it could finish me. I could not. So yeah, that just kind of was a moment of dumb. I always tend to have at least one. But yeah, number 2 is saying bunch up. It's good advice. I didn't think we were that particularly unbunched when that last skirmish happened, but round's still going well. 14-3 to 12-1. We're in the lead by 2,000 points. That's not a lot in a 700 room, but there's also not a lot of time left, so hopefully that'll work out. And yeah, trying to do something about anything here, but they're all kind of grouped together, so trying to... oh, that's a Sinanju Stein, that's right, which is going to get fin funneled here. Oh, it's also out of legs, so it's dead. There we go. Yep, lead expanded a little bit. I still had plenty of health. Gabflea in the back notwithstanding. And actually, I did manage to withstand the Gabflea for the most part, and it's running away, which, yeah, that's probably the right move in this situation. Tagged somebody as they went down the basement, and just a bunch of people just dropped in after them. I don't think they're going to get the kill, but it's going to be close. And I just popped down here and used the shield because I could, honestly. So, yeah, that was a pretty good round, I think. I hope you enjoyed it, Wade, because I had fun with it. And yeah, I think the colors came out relatively well. 4,000 points out of our 1,700 were me. I was also top diversions. And at least here you get a close-up. 5 and 3, 94,000 damage. You got a close-up there to see what I meant about the more lemony shade of yellow that the Thunderbolt things tend to use compared to the very orangey yellow that New Gundam usually has. So, yeah, that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We'll be back soon with more. Until next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later! And that is the end of this recording session. I think I've just done 5 in a row, and yeah, gonna have a drink and rest my voice a little bit, I think. But at least I am covered for most of the week.